Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first video of 2021. The end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022 haven't exactly been kind to me. Like most of you, I've been dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety. I've been grieving. I've been trying to make sense of all the changes happening this year, and it just kind of seems like I've had some bad luck. I filmed the video for my migration before the new year, and I was so disappointed because the lighting setup that I was using failed me and made a lot of the clips for this video completely unusable. Still, I persisted and edited it, but ultimately decided that in the new year, I only want to post content that I'm proud of. Therefore, I did not post a migration video. But I knew that I still wanted to share it with you guys because I love the way that it came out. But now we're jumping straight into January, which might be one of my favorite spreads I've ever created in my bullet journal. These two pages really set the tone for the rest of the month. I spent a decent amount of time finding stationery and coming up with a color palette for this month because I really wanted something super creative and beautiful to start off the year. Now, all the stickers that you see me using in this setup came from Pinterest, which is such a great tip. If you want to recreate this theme, I would highly suggest that you go on Pinterest and you search up vintage stickers and you just keep clicking through and looking through all of the options until you find something that you like and something that fits the vibe that you're going for. I ended up printing these stickers at home using white sticker paper and vinyl clear sticker paper, specifically the Cricut brand. Along with some stamps that I purchased from Amazon and Michaels, I also used my alphabet stamp set, which I've been obsessed with since I bought it. The quote on the left-hand page that you see me writing it now says, "Be so busy loving your life, you have no time for hate, regret, or fear." Perspective is my word of the year, and I feel like this quote really embodies that word because it's a reminder that it's not about what happens, it's about how you look at it. I really had a lot of fun doing all the collages and being really creative with how the spread came together. Fortunately, I found a lot of really great stickers online that I just really love. And I got fortunate at Michael's. They were completely cleared out after the holiday season, but I was able to get my hands on some really nice butterfly stamps that I love so much. So you'll see me use those a lot throughout this plan with me. So for this month, I decided to go with a 2-page calendar. I use this line style that I've been seeing all over Instagram recently, and it's throughout my spreads. And I think it was perfect for making the spreads look exactly how I wanted it to. Like, it comes across very soft, almost like worn, and I think it worked out really well for this spread. The dot spaces are 5x5 inside the lines if you're curious. And I think this might actually be the perfect calendar size for me. It's like just enough to fill up the page and plenty of space for me to actually plan in, but it doesn't feel like too big. Like, it doesn't go edge to edge. So I really like it. So I hope 2022 has treated you kind. I hope it's been more kind to you than it has been to me. And I would love for you guys to leave a comment down below letting me know what your theme for January is. And if you already know what you're going to do for February, I would love to know what that is too. So this color that you're seeing me use is actually a part of some new stationery that I recently picked up. So I recently picked up the Crayola Colors of the World marker set. I can't believe it took me this long to get them, but I got the set that comes with 24 beautiful colors that were perfect for my theme this month. Literally so perfect. As always, if you see something you like in this video, there's a good chance it's linked in the description, so make sure you check down there. This month's theme is pretty much a minimal vintage theme with a lot of neutrals, and for me personally, I think it was a great way to ring in the new year. Sorry that this footage down here got a little cut. I didn't realize that you couldn't see it, but quickly corrected that. And again, I just had a lot of fun with these simple collages, just mixing and matching the things that I was able to find, and I think it worked really well. Like, I honestly didn't have too much trouble kind of winging it, so I got really lucky in that regard. My main inspiration for the month was Leela Journals. I've been obsessed with her content and her bullet journal style recently, and she provided so much inspiration for setting up the first month of the year, so like, bless her. I will leave a link to her YouTube channel and her Instagram down in the description as well if you guys want to check her out. I would highly recommend it. She creates really amazing spreads. So on the side of the calendar, as you can see, I created a mini calendar for the month of February, and underneath that I decided to place a wish list. As you can see on the left-hand page, I decided to put in a little quote that says, "I can, I will." And right now you see me stamping out, "Dear future, I am ready." Honestly, I've gotten a lot better with using stamps, but I am definitely still not perfect, and this did not come out necessarily how I wanted to, but it was all good. So this next spread is really exciting for me because this is my habit tracker. So if you've been following me and watching my videos for a while, you know that I use the same habit tracker every month for almost a year. And don't get me wrong, like, I loved it, it really worked for me, but I've always wanted to try the individual trackers, like basically since I started bullet journaling, because I love seeing it in other people's bullet journals, but I always felt like there's no way I'm gonna have enough space to do that. So I just decided, I guess it's not for me, but I can admire it. But then, of course, thanks to Leela, I ended up seeing one of her habit tracker spreads, and I was instantly just like, this is amazing, it's gorgeous, it's the perfect amount of space to track everything that I want to track in the month. So I ended up throwing this together and kind of just going with the flow. I didn't necessarily know exactly how this page was going to come together, but come together it did. And so I decided that I would track 8 habits at the top to give them their own individual spaces. And those habits include my morning routine, my night routine, vitamins, make bed, cook, read, productive, and journal. I am currently reading One of Us is Next by Karen M. McInnes. So if you've read the first one, One of Us is Lying, I just recently finished that and I thought it was an amazing book. So when I found out that there was another book, I got really excited, immediately got it, and I am about 60% through the book, so I'm very excited to finish it. However, I just found out that one of my favorite books ever, titled A Girl's Guide to Murder, is actually like a series, which, how did I not know that? Like, it was literally one of my favorite reads of 2021. And so now I'm extremely excited to read the next two books. So I just got them. And also, I would highly recommend it for anybody who kind of likes a mystery. It was amazing. I was hooked. Like, it was a great book. So one of the new habits that I'm tracking is journaling, and that's because I decided that I would like to journal in the morning. I think it'd be really nice and a great way to wake myself up. So I haven't bought my journal yet, but I'm thinking about starting a life journal, and I'm kind of unnecessarily excited about it, where I can just, track my achievements and things as they happen and kind of just have a space every day to just get my thoughts out. I think would be really awesome. So that may or may not be a thing. We'll see. So I'm also tracking habits related to health, as you can see. So those habits include water, stress, workout, and headache. And then underneath that, I am tracking sleep and energy. So I played around with the idea of adding a mood tracker, but it didn't really seem like it made sense for this spread, so that may be something that I add in the future. The quotes on this page include mistakes are proof that you are trying, which I felt like was pretty fitting for a habit tracker. And the one you see me placing now is she's an old soul. Finally, after a couple months of not having it, I finally have a gratitude log in my bullet journal again. This is one of the spreads that I have missed dearly because I think it really helped with my mental health back at the beginning of 2021 when I was actually doing it consistently. Again, with perspective being my word of the year, I want to remind myself that there is always something to be grateful for. And so, obviously, a great place to do that and a great way to track that is to have a gratitude log. I genuinely look forward to filling in something about my day that I enjoyed in this tracker and just being able to look back and say, okay, things may not be as bad as they seem. So down at the bottom, I just pasted in a little quote that says, no rain, no flowers. And I think it's a great thing to remember when thinking about life because, you gotta get rain to get flowers. You gotta go through it to learn. And so I'm trying to be very open to the opportunity to learn and grow this year, regardless of if there's some pain mixed in there because, it's kind of inevitable, right? On the other side, my goal spread that we're making right now is very simple. I decided to base it off of my yearly goals setup, but I added 4 sections instead of 3. And basically, it'll just give me a chance to put in 3 to 4 actionable steps I can take towards my yearly goals and just things that I really want to focus on for the month so I can build really good habits. Speaking of goals, I'm going into my very last semester of school before I transfer, which, if all goes well, means that I will graduate in May. I'm still not exactly sure how to process that information. I can't believe that I'm gonna finish. Like, it just kind of feels like it's been this never ending journey of like, oh, I'm always in school. And then the fact that, I'm going to transfer soon and be somewhere else that is not home is so, it's really messing with my mind. So the quote that I just pasted in now says, there are no little dreams, which I feel like is very fitting for a goal spread. Go big or go home. And now we have come to week 1 in my bullet journal, and I'm really excited to share this one with you guys. I knew I wanted to do something special within the first week, something that I could look back on and really appreciate. So for week 1 of January, I left just enough space for the first and second day of the month on the page that we are creating now. This layout, of course, was heavily inspired by Leela Journals. She's amazing. And typically, this wouldn't be enough space for me to plan personally because the boxes are just way too small. But I unfortunately was sick during the first few days of the new year, so I didn't have much going on anyway. So I knew I wouldn't need a lot of space. Up at the top under January, I have a quote that says, "If not now, when?" So I really like that one. It feels very fitting. And in the daily planning session, I will have a quote at the bottom that's going to say, "There's always something to be thankful for." So this spread was very, very simple, but I think it came out very beautiful in my eyes. Like it just kind of worked out exactly the way that I wanted it to, which is like a good feeling after feeling like I just had so much bad luck starting off this year. I did mess up my calendar, so I just went in with my Uniball Signo white jelly roll pen to fix that. So again, keep that in mind if there's ever a mistake, and it's small enough, just use that. And I wrote right on top of it and it was totally fine. You can barely tell that it's a mistake. So on this next page, this is the thing that I was talking about, like the special thing that I wanted to do. So I am pasting this craft paper envelope that I got from Michael's, and I decided that I was actually going to write a letter to myself for 2022/2023. So I've really been wanting to try this method of manifestation where you write a letter in the present tense. So you basically write a letter as if you've already gotten the things you wanted, accomplished the things you wanted, etc., etc. And so, for example, if like one of my goals was like get a new car, I would write something like, "This insert car name here is very spacious, clean, and the perfect size. I feel so happy and excited that I was able to accomplish my goal of getting a new car. I feel happy, proud, and satisfied with my purchase," or something along those lines. You basically write it as if you already have it and you let yourself feel the feelings of like, what would I feel like if I had it, essentially. So I think that it will be something very fun to look back on at the end of 2022 and see if it comes true. So stay tuned with my channel and my content if you'd like to know how that works out. So now we have come to the flip through of my January plan with me. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me set up these spreads, and be sure to subscribe if you want more content like this. I have a lot of content coming in the next 2 weeks, kind of as a thank you and a sorry for not posting sooner, and I plan to at least post once a week from then on. Fingers crossed. Let me know down below what your theme for January is again, and also if you guys would still be interested in a 2021 flip through. Other than that, I love you guys so much. Stay kind, and I will see you in the next video.